Hello, I'm Hal Ottaway with the Wichita Postcard Club, and it's a time again for another postcard of the week. And this week, I've just returned from Seven Springs 2024 annual convention and meeting of the American Political Item Collectors. That was in Seven Springs, Pennsylvania. It was a great time. It was fun. It was held at a ski lodge, which offered lots of amenities and space that would have been a lot more expensive within the big cities, say like Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. But we had a great time and did a lot of collecting, buying and selling and trading and looking at other material. Our hobbies, whether it's political items or whether it's World War II and World War Ones, like I've been looking at in recent years, there's so much that was produced, published, and so forth through the years that it's good to be able to communicate with other collectors, see pictures of their collections, maybe on their phones or their tablets. And this is just a great thrill to be together with other people. This is the best of times, as I keep thinking of it, for communication and easy exchange of images and so forth. The postcard I brought back home from Pennsylvania is this one that's a novelty postcard. It's we don't know the publisher or the printer of the postcard. We don't know the artist who did the work. All of it's unsigned. But what we do know is that there are at least 23 different in this series of postcards. And by that I mean it's they're all kind of featuring the headline of a newspaper they call the Daily Journal, and then there's a sketch or a drawing to one side having to do with the World War II and all of the people involved. This one is attractive to anti-Axis collectors. And the Axis, we were the Allies, and the Axis were Hitler, Hirohito from Japan, and Mussolini from Italy. I did acquire this one from Jim Lowe, who's one of the major collectors in the anti-Axis field. In fact, he's written a new book, but we'll talk about that sometime in the future. The postcard here, it says he's the pride of the U.S. Navy, extra. And what this was something that probably was available at the training camp, most likely, or a photographer outside of the training camp who would have these postcards, and you, as a soldier or sailor or Marine, you could get your picture taken. You remember the little photomat booths that they used to have around town and so forth. It was a place to go get a picture for the passport or an ID of something. But here, an individual has had his picture taken, and he's able to slip it in along the edge of the postcard and position it in there in such a way that it sticks and holds together. And then it could have been mailed, but this particular one was not mailed. I don't think I've seen very many that went through the mail. I think most likely, usually they would have been enclosed in an envelope and mailed that way. Remember, soldiers' mail was free. All they had to do was write free in the upper right corner where the stamp box was located, along with their name and serial number and everything in the upper left corner, and they were given free postage. And I think that might still be the same from war areas throughout the world with our troops. But this is an interesting card. It's historical. It's something that says the pride of the U.S. Navy. There's one for the Marines, there's one for the Army, and I think the Merchant Marines. I'd have to check my list again. But this is a dandy one, and certainly will go into my collection, and I'll be proud to show it off. I had a group of this kind of a postcard that I exhibited several years ago at our Wichita Postcard Club show in October. I was impressed and amazed kind of at the response I had from dealers who had been in the business for X number of years and they'd never seen this particular series. But that just speaks to the enormity of postcard collecting, that you can be in it for a long time, see lots of cards, go to shows, go to exhibits and so forth all over the country, and still not have seen it all. There's always discoveries to be made every day. But that's what makes postcard collecting fun and interesting and certainly worthwhile. But thanks for being here today, and I'll be here next week and have another postcard of the week. Thanks so much. Bye bye.